Skyforge, a game I've never really touched. Why? I honestly can't really say. Yet the game is still alive and still receiving regular updates, so me being the curious individual I am, I decided to reach out to my.com to ask if they wouldn't mind sponsoring a video with some max level characters. That way I could get into, I guess, later game content and see if the game was more engaging than the early level experience I'd run through before. Thankfully, they were more than happy to oblige. Quick note though, if you would like to join me, you can go ahead and follow that link in the description to be taken directly to their website and jump in. I would also like to preface this by stating that my wife MrsStix and I played for a little while on our own characters initially, and then we proceeded to record hours of max level content on the aforementioned characters. Character creation in Skyforge is pretty good. They give you control over what's important. And apparently, whenever you adjust the butt of your character, she promptly spanks her ass. And I mean, I am not really complaining here, but it is just a very odd feature to add. They've also gotten the body physics down, something I feel like more games need to focus on. As much as I wanted to play a female character, I opted to go male purely because people always make such a huge deal about me playing female characters. And I only do it occasionally. Well, that and I wanted to look like Thor. Like, seriously, do I not look like Thor? Okay, maybe this is a little closer. You're a dead rat. You're a dead rat. You're a dead rat. Well, you're a big dead rat. I told you, I am Thor, the god of thunder. I'm not very good at this combat system, I guess. I really suck at dodging, but that could be because I always made a mage. There are a lot of classes in Skyforge: the Paladin, Lightbringer, and Cryomancer beginner classes, Berserker, Archer, Slayer, Necromancer, and Kinetic intermediate classes, Gunner, Witch, Knight, Alchemist, Monk, Revenant, Grovewalker, and Outlaw advanced classes. I opted to go Cryomancer because honestly it was the mage class and the combat style looked pretty sick. The first couple hours, from what I could tell, involve a very solo experience. This is what initially turned me off of the game in the past. Not that the game was bad, no, just that I couldn't play with WIGGY when I tried. My wife MrsStix and I, we wanted to see if we could make it far enough through where we could successfully party with one another, but that just didn't happen. So we booted up our other characters and sat there for like 10 minutes trying to decide on the classes we'd end up playing because, as I mentioned earlier, there were more classes in this game than most MMOs. I ended up sticking with the mage because I felt it was familiar, I guess, and had a lot of interesting crowd control abilities, whereas my wife went, well, that weird tree thing. I don't think that's her permanent form, but I do believe that is a form with which she can transform into and spin around, whipping things with her vines. Guys, I don't know. I don't pretend to understand this. And yes, she's bouncing up and down. Questing, at least out in the open world, was similar to what you'd expect from most MMORPGs. You take quests from NPCs, you spend your time roaming the large zones you have access to, and complete them in an orderly fashion. Speaking of, my.com has just released their latest update, New Horizons, on the 9th, I believe. The expansion added with it the new planet Terra, new enemies, and more. That's another reason for this video. I wanted to actually jump into the new expansion content, as I've talked about it multiple times over the last few months in various news videos, and it looked intriguing. So, that's pretty much what we're playing right now, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe we're not playing that right now, and I'm just stupid. Don't judge me. There are various game modes that you can partake of: squad, region, group, battles, invasion, and trial. My wife wanted to know what battles and invasions were, so we decided to jump right into an invasion, just the two of us, even though it recommends going in with a large party. Within 60 seconds, we were completely overrun by a horde of plants. Yes, plants. My wife, of course, was the first to die, leaving me to fend for myself against, that. Suffice it to say, I did not do so well. I attempted to kite, but I failed. She, however, resurrected up and continued to fight. Although, when I asked her how she actually managed to resurrect up, she told me she didn't know. So I sat here dead while she soloed the entire fight. I am personally of the impression that she just wanted to show off because her class is quite OP, but hey, that's just me. It's not like I know her. Apparently, these are instance missions that have objectives, global objectives that every player can participate in and contribute to. Things like picking up boxes because the soldiers are too lazy to, killing monsters because the soldiers are too weak to, patrolling the area because the soldiers are blind, and, you know, pretty much what a soldier should be doing, and what the soldiers are supposed to be doing. These giant mushrooms, though, were probably the bane of our existence. You don't know how powerful, how deadly they actually were. A couple direct hits and we were gone. Game over. So, it required some clever strategy. Strategy that involved, you know, perchance running to the guards because it may have been slightly safer there. Clearly not safe enough, though. Eventually, we figured out what we needed to do, and although difficult, just the two of us, We successfully completed the instance, and we got an A too. Then she wanted to try out PvP. I warned her. I warned against this because I barely knew my character. She barely knew hers, but she insisted we go in and we kick some ass. So this is what the entire match consisted of. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, there are the enemies. Wait, why am I a tree pig? Okay, I'm dead. That wasn't too bad for a first engagement. Round 2. Or not. This shouldn't be too hard. I mean, he's hurt, I'm not. Never mind, I'm dead. Don't worry, tower, I'll protect you. Or I won't, that works too. Maybe if I flank them. Nope. Don't worry, guys, I will provide ranged support. Or you know, I'll distract them, you know, with my body. That works. Yeah. Surely this time. No. Okay. Yeah. After around 10 minutes of this, we just kind of gave up. I was getting 2-shot, and so was my wife. We didn't really stand a chance. I'm not sure if that was because they were so much better geared than we were, or they just had much better understanding of their characters. Hell, maybe it was both. I don't know. But yeah, that was all we dabbled into PvP because we were disheartened. We were broken by that point, shattered, destroyed, you name an emotionally descriptive term, and we likely felt it. But all in all, what did I think? The combat is a lot of fun. It's complete action, no tab targets, so if action combat is something that you're interested in, then this is probably a good game to try out. The questing system felt kind of reminiscent of like Star Wars: The Old Republic mixed in with Guild Wars 2. Don't ask me why, I just felt that way. Graphically, the game looks fantastic, but then I'd always thought that. I really dislike having to play through part of the game solo, though. That is the reason why I quit the first time, and I've made that abundantly clear in the past. The population does seem decent enough, though. I didn't expect to see so many players in lobbies, but I mean, that just goes to show, don't assume a game is dead because not many people talk about it. I had fun. My wife, she had fun too. PvP was very difficult, but the PvE was fantastic. I'm sure people will argue that PvP is easier once you get gear, learn your character, and so on, and that's likely the case. If you want to try the game out for yourself and make up your own opinion of it, all the while exploring the new expansion, New Horizons, then again, click that link in the description. Anyway guys, that is it for me. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more goodness like this, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.